Whether you are brand new to Roku devices or you've had them for years, in this video today, I'm gonna go over some tips, tricks, and even secret menus to show you how to get the most out of your device, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. I gotta say, the more and more I use these Roku devices, the more they're becoming my favorite streaming devices. I've always kind of been more partial to, say, a Chromecast, but I gotta say, I've really been liking these Roku devices and all the things that they can actually do, which is what we're gonna be talking about in today's video. If you guys are into tips, tricks, and getting more out of your devices, then you have come to the right place. That is what we cover on this channel, so don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. We have a lot to cover today, so let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Okay, so in case you are new to Roku, let's just cover a few basics. If you take a look here, this is the home screen. The home screen has all your apps, everything that you're going to use your remote to kind of control and go through the different apps and everything on here. So if you want to install some more apps on here, we're going to go over to the side, you're going to click up and go ahead and click add channel. So you can go through, look for the different things. You can either search for stuff or just look through the recommendations right here. So for example, let's go here. I'm going to go ahead and install PBS Kids. So we're going to load that up and add that channel. It's going to go ahead and install it on our home screen. All right, PBS Kids has been added to our home screen. I'm gonna click on OK. We're gonna go back to the home screen, take a look over here. Now, unfortunately, these always install at the bottom. So what you can do is you can actually change this. So if you go ahead and hold down on the star button on your remote, that is going to bring up some options for us. Check for updates, different things like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna click on Move Channel. This is going to allow me to move the channels and organize it in a way that I want it set up. Once I have it where I want it, I go ahead and click on the OK button on the remote, and it's gonna set it in that spot right there. Now, another thing you can do is you can actually change the themes of what you are looking at right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on the home button. We're gonna click up. That's gonna take us straight to settings. Over, and you can select different themes. So you could change the look of how your Roku looks. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at some of these themes right here. Now, these are the ones that I have installed, but you can go down here and take a look at a few other ones. Let's say, for example, I want to activate this nautical one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on this, set this as my theme, and it will re-theme everything on my Roku. So I'm gonna go ahead and click back on the home button, and we see that we've got this new background that we see right here. It's gonna change our screensaver, and even the sounds when it goes through are gonna sound a little bit different with this new theme pack. Okay, so now that we've covered kind of the basics of the home screen, let's go ahead and dive deeper into some of the settings. Have you ever been watching a show and you missed what the person said? Well, on the Roku remote, there is an instant replay button. Hit that button, it jumps back 10 seconds so you can listen to it again. But what if you still can't understand what the person's saying? There is a setting you can set that when it does an automatic replay, it'll also turn on closed captioning, which is really nice to be able to just read what the person said instead of trying to listen to it over and over again. Let me show you how to turn this on. We're gonna go into our settings, over to accessibility, and then caption mode. Here you have the option to turn the feature off. You can set it to always on, or you can set it to on replay. For me, I like it on replay, so that's where we're gonna leave it right there. Volume leveling is another cool feature that you can do with Roku. This is going to allow you to set the highs and lows so that way they smooth out better and you're not having those really high action scenes, but then those also really quiet whispering scenes. Let me go ahead and show you guys how to turn that feature on. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna load into the actual program we're gonna do. So this is a feature that is going to be per show based. So I've got a movie loaded up right here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit the star button with the movie loaded, and it is going to bring up another option menu. This one is volume mode. If I'm gonna go ahead and click on volume mode, we have two different options here. We have leveling, which is going to smooth out the highs and low sounds, like I said, so it's not super high, not super low, get those a little bit more on par. And then we've got night mode here. Now, night mode here is going to set a maximum threshold for volume. That way other people in the house who are trying to sleep won't be woken up. Another setting that Roku has is bandwidth saver. Essentially what that means is that it will turn off your Roku after a certain amount of time. Now, some people like this, some people don't. If I'm watching football all day for 8 hours, I don't want my Roku to turn off after 4 hours. I want to turn this feature off. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go to settings, go to network, And then we're going to go down to bandwidth saver. Right now, like I said, it is on. If you take a look at the text down below that, it's going to go ahead and turn it off after 4 hours of not being used. I'm going to go ahead and turn mine off because I don't want that. I will turn off my Roku when I want it turned off. However, if you are somebody that leaves your Roku on and walks away from it, this feature might be one you want to leave on. Another great feature that I highly recommend getting is the Roku app. Make sure you're installing that on your phone because it's going to give you a lot of cool options. I've got the app loaded up right here. We can see that we've got a home screen. We have our recent channels. We've got different sports, different shows and everything that we can go through. But what I like about this is that if I take a look at the bottom, we've got a couple of different options here. We've got Roku channels that can load up right here. We can do a search for those right there. We've also got a remote, which is pretty cool. You can bring up the remote. And let me go back out of here. If we click on devices, you can bring up your different Roku devices. And we have some options here. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect to my Roku. It's gonna bring up the remote for us. What I love about this right here is that it brings up a keyboard or has a keyboard option for us to type on the screen. So if I click on the keyboard up in the very top of the screen right here, it's going to bring up that keyboard. Now, if I need to log into anything, if we take a look right here on the Roku, I want to log into my Hulu account. But I don't want to have to use the remote and go through everything there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my phone right here and I'm going to be able to type in all of my usernames and passwords. It makes it so much easier to log in. Now, another great feature with the app right here is the ability to listen to headphones. Now, with certain remote controls, you can actually plug headphones into the remote and listen to your headphones that way. However, it does drain the battery really fast. I think it says about 3 hours of listening will drain the batteries on your remote. So you can actually connect Bluetooth headphones to your phone and use those headphones to listen to whatever show you are watching. If we take a look here on the app, you see the headphones right here. If I tap on that, that is going to bring up private listening. So that way I can just listen through my headphones instead of having to listen through the TV. And this feature does have the ability to connect up to 4 different headphones to have multiple people watching the same thing. Did you know that Roku has secret menus? Well, they actually have quite a lot. And to get into these secret menus, you pretty much need to enter in like a cheat code for a video game. But I'll show you how to get into a few of them. This one right here is going to be for images and ads. What you need to do is you're gonna grab your remote, you're gonna hit the home button 5 times, and then you're gonna hit up, right, down, left, up. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Perfect. Now I am in that menu. If we take a look here, this is going to be our secret screen to up on the top. We can set things like cycling through scrollable ads. You can even set up things like automatically pairing your gaming remote when you turn on the Roku, or even updating that gaming remote when you go into the settings right here. Now, another setting that I want to show you is your wireless settings. So I'm going to hit the home button, go back to the home screen right here to get into our wireless secret menu. We're going to go ahead and hit the home screen 5 times. Then we've got up, down, up, down, up. All right, that brings us into our wireless settings right here. From here, you can see what wireless router you're connected to. You can see your antenna strengths, your glitch rates, the channel that you're connected to on your Wi-Fi, and get a lot of information that you need to right here. We've got some options down here below. You can go ahead and reset it. We've got logging, we've got AP speed tests, and different things like that. Now, the last one that I want to bring up and show you right here is the Roku platform menu. Let's go back to the home screen right here. To get into this one, we're gonna hit that home button 5 times, and then we're going to hit the fast forward, pause, rewind, pause, fast forward. All right, now we're here into the platform secret menu. This is gonna give us things like temperature, we've got IP address. But another thing that I wanted to show you on here is that we've got some different options for different menus. So here's a way to quickly get to that wireless secret menu that we were in. We've also got our remote menu, we've got our system operations menu. So if I go ahead and click on that, we've got some different options of different menus that we can get into here. Let's go ahead and cancel out of that one. If we go into our remote, we can see stuff like battery usage and be able to see how much battery we have on different things like that. But these are just some extra menus that you can get into and use on your Roku devices. Now, in addition to the Roku app, you can actually use your Apple Watch to control your Roku too. To do this, you just need to download the app onto your Apple Watch. Once you get that loaded up, you've got your up, down, you've got your OKs, you got your play, your pause, your home button right here. If we swipe to the side, we can see that we can tap to talk. So we can go ahead and use our voice right there. We've also got our different channels, so we can just quickly load up the different channels that we have connected to our Roku device. And then swiping over one more time is going to give us the name of the Roku device that we're connected to. In case you have multiple ones, you can see which ones you're connected to. Make sure you are controlling the right one. Now, in addition to using your watch and the app on the phone, you can actually use your Alexa voice assistant to control your Roku device. To do this, we're going to load up our Amazon Alexa app. In the bottom right corner, we're going to click on More. We're going to click on Skills and Games, and then we're going to do a search for Roku. Once we find the app, you're going to go ahead and tap on that app. We're going to enable to use, and then it's going to ask you for your username and password for your Roku account. This will link it with Amazon to allow you to be able to use your smart speaker to control your device. Now, this is going to open up the options for you to use your Echo devices to control your Roku device. You can say things like whatever your wake word is. In this case, we'll say, Alexa, find action movies on Roku, or Alexa, pause Roku, or Alexa, open Netflix on Roku. If you have a Roku TV, you get even more controls by turning the TV on and off and adjusting volumes too. All right, next up, we have the ability of setting up a guest mode on your Roku device. This is going to be great if you have a rental property, or maybe you're loaning out your Roku device to somebody and you want to give them some access, but you don't want to give them access to all of your personal accounts and being able to purchase all of that kind of stuff. What you need to do is you actually need to log in to the Roku.com website. Log into there and you need to set up a PIN first. This is going to allow you to turn on guest mode. You can actually turn on guest mode either through the website remotely, or you can actually do it on the device itself. If you take a look here on the device, I'm going to go ahead, we're going to go to settings, scroll all the way down to system, and then we can go ahead and enable guest mode right here. So we're going to turn on guest mode. It's going to require my PIN code, so we'll get that turned on. The cool thing about guest mode too is that once you get guest mode turned on, say if you've got somebody renting your property, when they log in and open up their Roku account, it's going to ask them when they plan on leaving. So they can actually set a log out date. So they're going to go ahead and set that logout date. From here, they can go ahead and log into all of their own accounts. They can do everything that they want to, install apps, all of that kind of stuff. Essentially, they get to use the Roku as their own. And when that logout date happens, it's going to go ahead and wipe that account out. So they don't have to worry about logging out of each of the apps that they did and installed. You don't have to worry about them accessing your stuff. It makes it pretty easy and convenient. You can also access all of this through the website. So through the website, you can set up guest mode. You can even set up custom messages. So if you want to have a custom message when they log in every single time, you can set that up, and you can even disable guest mode from the website too. Well, those are the tips, tricks, and secret menus that we had for this video. I hope you guys got some good information out of it. If so, give it a thumbs up and let me know that you liked it. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you guys in the next video.